The first on point is on the Supreme Court's Aadhaar directive. And the second on point is an exclusive interview with Maneka Gandhi on the India stray dog menace. And let's take a quick look at the headlines. Death toll mounts to 33, over 200 missing in massive cloudburst in Jammu and Kashmir, Kishtwar district. Prime Minister expresses solidarity with those affected and assures all possible assistance. Actor Darshan arrested hours after Supreme Court cancelled his bail in connection with Renuka Swamy murder case. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin to boycott Governor R. Ravi's Independence Day Tea Party, citing governor's actions against the state's interest. Spotlight on Op Sindoor, Air Force as highest gallantry awards announced. India takes on Pakistan's war-mongering, warns Pakistan of painful consequences in case of any misadventure. US President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin set to meet for crucial Alaska summit. Akhilesh Yadav sacks MLA who praised Yogi Adityanath for justice in husband's murder. The Supreme Court has directed the Election Commission to disclose by August 19 the identity of 65 lakh voters in Bihar, whose names have been deleted from the electoral roll after the SIR exercise. The Supreme Court also allowed claims against name deletion in Bihar SIR with Aadhaar card. Those whose names have been wrongly deleted can approach Election Commission officials with Aadhaar as proof for identity and residence. This is a significant step because the petition challenging the special intensive revision had flagged the exclusion of Aadhaar as proof and said this would affect lakhs of voters. The court was hearing a batch of pleas challenging the EC's decision to conduct the SIR exercise in Bihar.
कोर्ट ने इलेक्शन कमीशन से पूछा कि भाई तुम लोग के पास अगर ये जो 65 लाख लोग जो पहले लिस्ट में थे और ड्राफ्ट रोल में नहीं है, जिनका नाम ड्राफ्ट रोल से हटा दिया गया है, अगर उनकी लिस्ट है तो उनको तुम वेबसाइट पर क्यों नहीं डाल देते? तुम लोग कहते हो कि भाई बूथ लेवल एजेंट्स को दिए हैं। भाई जो ऑर्डिनरी सिटीजन है, वोटर है, वो बूथ लेवल एजेंट्स पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के ऊपर क्यों निर्भर रहे? तो तुम लोग वेबसाइट पर डालने में तुमको क्या दिक्कत है? तो उन्होंने आदेश दिया है कि 48 घंटे के अंदर सारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल ऑफिसर्स और चीफ इलेक्टोरल ऑफिसर जो बिहार का है उनके वेबसाइट्स पर डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज और पूरे स्टेट की 65 लाख लोग जिनका नाम लिस्ट से ड्राफ्ट रोल में हटाया गया है उनका नाम डाला जाए।
आज हमारी मांगों पर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो है मोहर लगाने का काम किया है। इसके लिए हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट, उच्चतम न्यायालय को दिल से धन्यवाद देना चाहते हैं कि लोकतंत्र की रक्षा करते हुए सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बेहद सही निर्णय जो है लिया है। हम लोग शुरू
The Election Commission has agreed to share the list of voters who have died, migrated or shifted at district level by August 19th. So, what is the SC's directive to Election Commission? List of 65 lakh deleted voters to be displayed on website. Data for every district to be uploaded. Searchable by epic number. Booth-wise data to be made available. Reason for non-inclusion must be disclosed. Aggrieved persons can approach EC with Aadhaar as proof. Booth level officers to display list in Panchayat offices. Now, immediately after this, Jairam Ramesh tweeted, and Jairam Ramesh said that the Supreme Court has just upheld the Constitution of India in a categorical, convincing and courageous manner. It is a long struggle to rescue our republic from the machinations of the PM and his drumbeaters, but today's verdict of Supreme Court on the Bihar SIR is a beacon of hope. It is a gigantic step and so forth. Then Amit Malviya tweeted from Bharatiya Janata Party. Amit Malviya said the opposition desperately wanted to stall the special intensive revision. All they got from the Supreme Court, a set of procedural guidelines, and he said, having failed to secure the desired outcome, the usual suspects are in overdrive, claiming moral victory. Strange, given that not a single RJD, Congress, BLA has filed a complaint so far. All parties already had the list of 65 lakh deleted names, and as far as Aadhaar is concerned, the court has only asked for it to establish identity, not citizenship. Opposition spin aside, the change is nothing. It changes nothing. Now let's see what the EC stand is. In an affidavit, the EC has justified ongoing SIR of electoral rolls in Bihar, saying it adds to the purity of election by weeding out ineligible persons from electoral rolls. So one hand, Jairam Ramesh, on the other hand, Amit Malviya. Now what was the EC's argument? 1. EC has not deleted anybody's name, it is an ongoing exercise. 2. For the first time, officers have gone house to house with forms. 3. EC has simply asked for the requisite documents. 4. When the electoral roll is revised, epic card will either get updated or excluded. 5. Publishing entire list online would have been breach of privacy. 6. Cases where voters have been omitted can be corrected at district level. 7. No need for local villagers to approach booth level officers. That's what they had said. Now, the Apex Court has asked for a compliance report by August 22nd. The idea is to make voters aware and disclose the reason for non-inclusion in the draft roll. The court said EC must obtain reports from BLOs and district election officers and place on record a collated status report. The top court also wants wide publicity to be given to the list. Wide publicity. Wide publicity via top circulation newspapers in Bihar, broadcasts on Doordarshan and radio, social media notices by district election officers. The draft roll was published on August 1st and the final roll is scheduled to be published on September 30th amid opposition claims that the ongoing exercise would deprive crores of eligible citizens, from their right to vote. On this, I am joined by Ajit Kedha, senior journalist, Ravi Shankar Ravi, spokesperson RJD, Dr. Suraj Bandal, spokesperson Congress, Kuntal Krishna, spokesperson BJP. Thank you all of you. Opening comments, this time I'll take it from Ajit. To you, sir. First.
I think it's a game changer because, this entire sort of drama that we've had for more than 1 month wouldn't have happened if the Supreme Court would have once said that let the Aadhaar card be one of the cards out of those 11 or maybe number 12. If they had just said that initially, somehow that was not conveyed clearly. Now it has been conveyed. I think this should also be a signal for Tamil Nadu and West Bengal, the way they kind of have, started an anti-EC move. They should also back off because SIR is, of course, something that should happen by law. And number 2, the fact that the Supreme Court pointed out that you must bring out the entire list of 65 lakh voters and the reasons why the names were deleted out in the open. In fact, they have pointed out at the district level. I would say that the petitioners should argue for at the block level because often in Bihar, the size of the districts are very large and the main district headquarters can be sometimes 20-25 kilometers from the villages. So anyway, but this is the first step. I think it's a wonderful step. Transparency, and I would finally say Article 32 has won over, the Article 324, which empowered the EC to carry on. And as I argued in the past, the EC was using Article 324 as a shield. It was just not listening to logic. In fact, if you hear what the judges had to say.
So you have given a line, Ajit, you have given a line. It was Article 32 versus Article 324. Let me go across to Kuntal. Kuntal, thank you for joining the debate. Do you think it was Article 32 versus Article 324? And do you think it's a victory for the opposition?
Kartike, one thing is very clear now. SIR must continue, and SIR is something which is needed. Now, when court is giving some directions, court is asking SIR to be more transparent. When Election Commission is saying that they, in their draft list, there are few people who are missing, there are few people who are dead. Court made it very clear that go totally transparent. But what opposition was asking and what opposition was trying was to stall the whole process, which court has diffused. Court has clearly given all the directions to make this process of SIR more transparent. Court made few observations. Yesterday, court clearly told that this whole process of SIR is pro-voters. It means it must go on. And we all agree that for what SIR is there? SIR is there for more transparent and more sensitized voter list. So when it is for transparency, it should be transparent to the core. If anyone has got any problem, it should be sorted out.
It's an important point, Ravi. Mr. Ravi Shankar, Ravi, that's an important point. You know, you might disagree with the procedure, but the SIR will continue. So it's a matter of glass half empty or half full. Someone can say that, well, you know, Aadhaar plea has been accepted, so they have won. But the other fact of the matter is SIR continues principally on which the agitation was based. To you, your opening comments, sir.
Yeah, first of all, the steps taken by the Election Commission on every step, on every procedure, BJP has been defending, and we have been demanding some change. And the Supreme Court's decision today proves that we were demanding the right things, and that is why they gave such a decision, and we welcome the decision. And it was also evident in the proceedings that ECI has been reluctant for transparency in terms of showing up the deleted voters, and the number is 65 lakhs, as we all know now. So yes, we welcome the decision, and BJP's support on every step to the Election Commission is also exposed. But I think the practical problem is solved to a larger extent, but the constitutional issues still remains.
Okay, constitutional issues still remain. Kuntal, I'll come to you. Let me take opening comments from Dr. Suraj Mandal. Satyaprakash Mishra, spokesperson JDU, also joins me from the studio. Dr. Suraj Mandal, do you think it's a shot in arm for Rahul Gandhi?
Let me first begin my opening comments with Johar. This is not just some ordinary day. This is the day for victory of Indian nation. This is the victory in which the Supreme Court has upheld that nobody can touch our democracy and our constitution. It is a day when the ECI and BJP has been thoroughly exposed, because, you know, people do not see them as different entities no longer. And it is a day when many single people have contributed. Obviously, I would like to name India leaders and Congress leader Rahul Gandhi and Tejasvi Yadav, who have done their best. And this will go down in the history, that those who try to meddle with the constitution and those who try to see to it that our democracy is hijacked by some vote theft and vote chores, they will be shown the door. It was a day of victory in Supreme Court. The day of victory with the people of Bihar is awaiting all of us. We are there. Rahul Gandhi is there with the people. He will be on a yatra from 17th, and it will show the entire country that the people of Bihar has welcomed this decision of Supreme Court today with open arms.
Okay, Mr. Mishra, I said, is it a case of glass half empty or half full? BJP says SIR forever, and the Congress and other political parties say, see, we were talking about Aadhaar and we've got it.
You know, regarding Aadhaar, they never wanted to get it linked with the voter ID
But
card.
your opening comments on what Supreme Court has said?
My opening comment is that whatever the Supreme Court has suggested to the Election Commission, it expands the transparency. And we do not have any doubt that transparency must be there in every constitutional framework, in every constitutional authority. We are supporter of transparency. But what happened? Who are giving us lecture? The dacoit of voters, Congress party in 1957 in Begusarai assembly election, they captured the booth. It was the historical that the first time a party captured a booth. Who are giving us lecture? Lalu Prasad Yadav ji in 1993 opposed the voter ID basically when TN Session was the election commissioner, that it was decided by the election commission that okay, nationwide voter ID is needed. Lalu Prasad Yadav ji himself went to the office of election commissioner and offered him a chocolate. What was that? Why he opposed the voter ID card? They are giving us lecture on transparency. We are committed to the democratic transparency in every kind of institution. Who was met to the election commission? The security advisor of the Rajiv Gandhi was appointed as a chief election commissioner TN Session, and later the Congress gave him ticket to contest election against of Lal Krishna Advani ji. Who are giving us lecture on transparency and accountability? The Congress party which sent MS Gill, ex-election commissioner, to Rajya Sabha, appointed him as a minister in the Manmohan Singh government. They are giving us lecture. Oh, come on. We are committed and we fully believe that the election commission has the power to carry on SIR. Initially, what they were...
I'll come to you.
No, last line. What they were creating a perception regarding election commission, that election commission on the behest of BJP carrying out SIR, when it happened in prior to 2003, within 1 month, no, there was no choo-cha, anything. And Manmohan Singh government was made on the basis of that SIR. Now, what is happening? No.
Mr. Mishra, there can be rounds of discussion. I always feel that, you want to say everything in one round.
7 people raised to Rahul Gandhi's Tea Party, but they didn't go to the BLO and BLA. What is happening? Because in 7 crores, if there is
you want to have a monologue?
If there is
you want to have a monologue? I'll allow you a monologue and I will ask you no question after that.
Improvement.
It's
okay, fine.
Ajit, is it a case of pot calling the kettle black? सबने एक दूसरे के इतिहास निकाल लिए from 1957.
Look, let's not go back to history because if you go back to history, then probably the best election commissioner India had was TN Session. And even if those years were bad, as pointed out by some people, but TN Session, after him, James Michael Lingdo, these were extraordinary officers. They empowered the voter. They did not delete names. Right now, the reverse was happening. The Election Commission, using Article 324, was acting, as if like an ostrich. It would not budge from it. And in fact, if you remember, the Election Commission had argued, the lawyer had argued in Supreme Court that the law does not allow them to publicize the name. Today, the Supreme Court changed that law if there is such a law. So in a way, it is a game changer. It is for total transparency. And, what is unfortunate in this drama, that both sides, I would argue, both the BJP, or in this case the NDA and the opposition, had taken very tight positions. Both sides should have actually talked to the EC and told the EC to act as a fair umpire.
Fair enough. I know they had taken a stiff position. Kuntal wanted to come in. After Kuntal, I'll go to Dr. Suraj Mantal. Kuntal.
See, my friend from RJD, he tried to explain things in a very correct manner. BJP was defending the whole process of SIR. We were defending, and what opposition was demanding was toleration of SIR. What Supreme Court said today, categorically, that there should be transparency. I'm again reiterating, whole process of SIR is for transparency only, for strengthening of democratic process. And now, my learned big brother, Mr. Jha, and my friends from Congress and RJD, if you people feel, if opposition in India feels that SIR should be very transparent, then please ask Tejashwi Yadav to explain how is he having a voter I card which has never been issued by Election Commission? Please ask him to explain, because he displayed a fake voter I card, claiming that voter I card to be his own I card before everyone. He came up with a voter I card which was never issued by Election Commission, and he had a press conference with that voter I card blaming Election Commission. So when it comes to transparency, please ask leader of opposition Bihar and ask leader of opposition India to explain what was that. What was that?
Absolutely. Dr. Suraj Mandal?
Yes, it was exactly not our friend from BJP is saying. It was not at all transparent. You must have seen just 3 days back, the Election Commission of India removed the PDF file and put a scanned copy so that people cannot trace the names. Today, if you have seen the proceedings of the Supreme Court, it was exactly this was happening. The Election Commission refused to divulge anything, refused to be transparent, and the honorable judges were convincing them, in fact. And right now, our journalist friend has said that those articles were used as a shield not to divulge the names. What is this happening? It was not special intensive revision. It was what was happening was special intensive removal of voters. And that was what was objected to. In January this year, that is 225, there had been a summary revision for the assembly elections. The voter list was out, and the voter list was before all political parties to scrutinize them and raise objections. But suddenly in June 25, you come up with an idea which is not acceptable. And our friend is saying in 1 month, what is happening this time, that every voter had to prove, that is, everyone had to apply. If you didn't apply, then you would be out of the rolls. That is what Supreme Court has said. 4 things they have said. That the matter should be there before the
court has said a lot of things. Actually, court had said a lot of things. Court said yesterday it's a process in itself is inclusionary. So, we are going by the obiter dicta. Then the court has said a lot of things. Ravi, please, you wanted to come in. Then we have to take the picture in entirety. It means the SIR exercise stays. Court said the process is inclusionary. Court also has added Aadhaar. So court has actually not taken one position. In fact, court has reformulated the entire approach. It has, in fact, streamlined the SIR process. So even the SIR stays as a method, but then certain additions have been made. Maybe it's a win-win for both political parties, BJP or NDA and India Alliance. Maybe, there's a different way of looking at it. Ravi, to you.
That's why I said that to a large extent, the practical problem is solved. But see, the SIR has to take place in the entire country. 1 or 2 days ago, a member of parliament from CPI-ML, Sudama Prasad, asked a question from the Ministry of Home Affairs. Then what is the valid categories of documents to prove citizenship? And there was no clear-cut answer to this question. So I think the SIR process, how the modalities, the mechanisms, all these should first be discussed in the parliament and agreed upon, then it should take place in the entire country. And a better decision would have been delinking the SIR process from the upcoming Bihar Assembly election.
But the court itself has said, and in fact, if you look at the entire directives, the distinction has been, sir, made between identity and citizenship. And I don't think there is anything wrong in finding out who does not belong to this country. I mean, there is nothing wrong in that. I mean, there cannot be any boogie about it. You can't have migrants from Bangladesh and other parts of this country, primarily Bangladesh, voting in the Indian election. I think it's a pretty fair game.
Not even from other border states.
No, I'm talking about illegal immigrants. Simple as that.
They become from both the state in the border state.
That is why I was saying that a clarity should be reached with discussion in the parliament rather than the issue between identity.
Clarity for what?
See, we all understand that only a citizen has to vote. I mean,
only a citizen should vote.
What kind of documents will be required to prove one's citizenship so that they would be an eligible voter? Otherwise, the same kind of problem will persist from different areas.
But lot of people would say that, as when BJP gets accused of vote theft and all that, lot of people would say that you are actually creating a sort of a pool of voters who don't belong to India. I really don't want to use the word which BJP used, because I am a journalist. They have used the word घुसपैठिया. Then the whole argument is कि आप लोग भी एक अपना कैशे तैयार कर रहे हैं voters का. Yes, Kuntal.
I want to add to that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
see,
think
After that,
it's
Suraj,
a-
I'll come to you. Suraj, I'll
my
come to you.
point is,
absurd kind of,
my point is,
logic if somebody says
who
so.
RJD want these illegal migrants to vote in Indian constitution, in Indian democracy, in Indian elections? For what?
No,
For
does
what?
BJP want that anybody
Listen,
who is
sir,
born in India
listen. Your
should be
supreme leader
deprived
is
of their
possessing a
franchise?
fraud, fake epic card, and you want all those people who have by any means obtained fake illegal epic
Bihar
cards
Deputy
to
Chief
be a part of
Minister
this whole
has
process.
two
Deputy
epic
Chief
cards.
Minister of Bihar has
Now,
got
What are
one
you
this is a
saying?
card.
matter
What are you saying?
for hundreds
You want this
and
to be
thousands
done?
of cases. Let us not reduce
Supreme
the
Court has
entire
given
issue to
very
one
clear
or two
direction.
cases.
Supreme Court has given very clear directions. At least have some respect for Supreme Court. Do not try to
No, we
misinterpret
respect the
what
Supreme Court and we
is
welcome
saying.
the decision.
Let me add, sir.
Okay. Yes, Suraj, go ahead.
Exactly, we are also saying the same thing. When the Election Commission has deprived 65 lakhs
No,
of
if you're saying the
people,
same thing,
they
then
were
why are
not
you
ta-
fighting? Why are all of us on different pages?
Please listen to my argument. How BJP is interpreting it in a different way. We are saying that when you are depriving 65 lakhs of people, why don't you say the categories in which they have been deprived? Are they dead or have they left the nation, state and permanently? Because, we have a law saying that NRI can become voters. Now, suddenly, for a few months or few days, if a laborer shifts from Bihar, you will say that he's gone for good. And then again, about foreigners, let the Ministry of Home take action. Why didn't they find even a single foreigner in the list? Or they have not identified, they have not declared. So we want to say that, and the Supreme Court rightly said today, that different categories of the people who have been excluded, their categories should be mentioned and people should know. Not only, and sir was saying about the block level, it has been told that even in block level, it should be displayed because it is not possible. Panchayat samitis do not have some of them have do not have a building or a place where they can display, but blocks have. So every block it should be displayed why a voter is being deprived, and let them come to the Election Commission. This was not being done. The Election Commission repeatedly refused the suggestion, and ultimately the Supreme Court had to direct them, sir.
Okay, Satya, what is at the heart of the matter? Is it about people getting deprived, or is it the fear of your own vote pools being transparently audited?
Yeah, it is a matter of transparently audited, and every party will.
Because that's where the debate is moving.
Yeah, no. They started creating a kind of perception, especially the Rajad and Congress party, that voters' name is fabricatedly or mischievously or intentionally being deleted by ECI on the behest of BJP. But SIR happened prior to 2003 in Bihar. Nobody shouted any slogan related to that. Rabdi Devi was the chief minister and Manmohan Singh became prime minister on the basis of that SIR. What was the reason that why Congress is hiding its face by creating a perception regarding SIR that it is not being done with the good intention? Jabki, whether Election Commission at the same point of time welcome every political party to submit their application if any complaint, if any voter name got deleted. Now the things are in the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court positively just expanded the transparency by just suggesting just include and just publish every name of the deleted voter list. This is not wrong. This is the accountability. Now where the buck stopped. Bucks stop at the desk of those people, those parties who has a kind of propaganda against Election Commission, and they do not have any respect for the constitutional framework as well. Because what is Election Commission is doing? Just correcting the voter list of Bihar. Why opposition political party is not welcoming that move? They were just saying no. This is, they try to just damage the kind of constitutional process, and they try to delete the genuine voter. This is absolutely wrong. 65 lakh people, if genuinely will be deleted from the voter ID, the streets of Bihar will be full of people. These 7 people didn't go to the BLO, BLA, any election office, but they reached to the Rahul Gandhi's Tea Party.
Okay.
I am again saying Election Commission is accountable and responsible for correcting the voter list, not the deleting the genuine voter from the voter list.
Ajit, my question is slightly different. Do you think that there was lack of flexibility on part of ECI and political?
Even indulging in Maharashtra, Karnataka, every time creating a perception and vote chori ki sarkar.
I'm not getting into. I'm not getting into this vote theft versus Ghuspatia debate. I know.
No, what is Ghuspatia? You know. Border areas, state. No.
Satya, I'm not right. See, I'm running short of time. I'm not getting into right now.
Card is much more than
Ghuspatia is the word by BJP. Vote theft is by Congress.
I do not say that.
It's part of the BJP that there's a Ghuspatia vote which Congress is protecting.
Ghuspatia from West Bengal come to join
so
voter list of Bihar.
My question is very simple. Do you think that EC was slightly inflexible? Should have broad-based the discussion?
Yes.
Instead of court actually doing this, they could have done it themselves without making SIR an issue. Because I personally feel that audit of voters should take place. That's my personal position.
I don't think, Karthike, anyone is against SIR. Everyone, the people who opposed SIR, they were questioning the modalities and the way the SIR exercise was being carried in a state with 13 lakh population. The whole thing was being rushed in terms of 1 month. That was the objection number one. Objection number two, that the Aadhaar card, which is the most popular identity card all Indians have, that was not being considered. The EPIC card was not. Look at the Supreme Court's decision. How will voters find out the names in the 65 lakh list? Via the EPIC card. So the Supreme Court very intelligently brings the EPIC card back into the debate and the Aadhaar card. And third, the fact that voters' name should not be deleted because Baba Sahib pointed out that the last voter is very, very important.
Okay, point taken. I really need to close the debate, but Satya, since you wanted to come on it, can you complete your argument in 30 seconds?
Yeah, definitely. When Aadhaar card linking with voter ID was proposed, these opposition, all party, Congress, RJD, everybody opposed this move. In Supreme Court as well. The Election Commission had to file a submission that it remain optional. I support let voter ID get connected with Aadhaar card. Why they are not ready?
Okay. I think this is not one day debate. I think this is a continuous debate. Thank you all of you for joining me because I've really run short of time. Thank you so much. So this was on point one. In the next on point, we'll talk about the dog dilemma in this country after a short break.
एसोसिएट स्पॉन्सर डायना प्रीमियम ब्यूटी सोप, पहली झलक करे खूबसूरत।
मुथूट फाइनेंस गोल्ड लोन सुनहरी सोच प्रोग्राम में आप सबका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। वणकम मिसेस अय्यर, सौकी माँ।
थैंक्स फॉर टॉकिंग सर। मेरा सोना मेरी बेटी को क्रिकेटर बना रहा है।
सुपर। कुमार साहब आप बताइए क्या हाल चाल है?
अरे बहुत ही बढ़िया सर, मेरा सोना मेरे ट्रांसपोर्ट बिजनेस में रफ्तार ला रहा है।
अरे वाह, क्या बात। तो अपने सोने को काम पे लगाइए, आज ही कॉल कीजिए 1-800-313-1212 पर।
Go condoms?
It's over there.
क्या ये डिफरेंट साइजेस में आता है?
Actually sir, size matter नहीं करता.
तो फिर क्या मैटर करता है?
The hardness
of the condom.
Of what's inside.